Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Wixo. Um, we will be starting down here with the yellow and red team, where the yellow team is expanding further up north as they explore this land. And then they also expand further into the new explored land, with the border looking like this. And the red team is also doing some expansion. As they explore into this land here. And eventually they explore all of this land here. And they're going to claim a good chunk of that land as they claim all of that. And well, the other team also go up a bit more. And you might have noticed that I put some more major cities along the map. So if you look, there are major cities in these countries now, other than their capital. Also, if I do that, I'll start on provinces. So yeah. And then the other layer is the ideology layer, where purple is the is monarchies. These yellow ones up here are theocracies, so they're led by religious leaders. And then these two orange ones are oligarchies. I did not know what color to use for them. I just chose random color. So, anyways, but over here, yellow ships got fish, and sometimes the people get kidnapped by the red team's navy and taken back over to the red team, and they will be enslaved. If you saw the last episode, you know that the red team invaded the yellow team and took the land over here. They also invaded the pink team over here and enslaved all the people living there, and are forcing them to dig canals throughout the Arabian Peninsula. Meanwhile, up here in this country, they are continuing to explore. The reason why the red team has not invaded this country yet and enslaved their people is this country's a lot stronger than the yellow team and pink team. So the red team does not really want to deal with that. So this team explores some land and then starts expanding into that land. They also expand a bit into this land over here. Start that on. Let's turn that off for now. Meanwhile, we will go up here to the purple team, who are also exploring and expanding as they explore out and down around here. And also they will explore around this lake over here, or part of the Black Sea. I don't know what is this. But then they will expand around all of this here. They'll also expand a bit this direction. Now they look something like this. Meanwhile, over here in Greece, the Greece team will continue to explore as they find all of this. And then they will expand into some of that land as they expand over here. Now they're a lot bigger than they were. They've basically like doubled in size compared to how they just were. The green team will also explore over here as they explore all of these lands around here. And then they will start expanding into that land, so kind of like this. This they also take. And now they have something like this. And the Lime team will continue to explore Africa. So they will explore around here and in this direction, staying along the Mediterranean Sea, as the Sahara Desert is not going to be fun to go through. They will expand along like this. And this new Iberian country that was from the Lime team but got lost and started a new country over here will also continue to explore, so they can explore. So they explore down around here. And they'll also go out and find this island, these islands here, and claim them. So they will also claim some of this land over here. But now, something big is happening, because if you look at the religion map, that's not the religion map, it's the religion, that's the one. So this here is a branch of this religion. You see, the difference is that they believe in a lot of the same beliefs. However, this one here believes that Sweden is like where like the Holy Land, and this one here believes Norway is the Holy Land. So anyways, in Denmark, they start killing people who believe in this lighter green religion. So those people are going to try to flee. So they will make a run, and they will run down over here into the Netherlands and set up their own country along here. And with that, the capital will be right there. Anyways, speaking of these countries, the Norway and Swedish countries, they're also going to explore, as Norway explores up here and expands into a lot of that land. And you see, you'd expect these two countries to like be against each other because they believe this is the Holy Land, they believe this is the Holy Land. However, they don't actually. However, they kind of actually come to an agreement because they don't actually have much debate land. So the agreement is they don't know exactly what the land looks like, but so they just kind of just draw this line, not knowing what is over here, if it's water, land. But they decide that eventually, so they just start kind of like drawing this line, and this is kind of what this side of the line is, what Sweden wants, and this side is what Norway wants. So they actually come to an agreement, surprisingly. With this team will explore up more and take a lot of this land. and the green team will take the rest of the export. The Norwegian team will take the rest of the exporter land up here. So I'm going to keep this line here. It's obviously the Swedish team doesn't have this small line going like this. That just makes it more simple. Anyways, down over here in the pink team. The pink team was originally over here, however, in the last episode they fled over here after they got invaded and a lot of the people got enslaved. We're going to continue to explore, mostly down into India. They will also expand a tiny bit back, because they want to eventually one day, some people here want to save the people over here. They just need to get stronger, so they're mostly going to explore this way and expand this way, but they'll expand a tiny bit back towards here. The red team still does not know about their existence, by the way. Anyways, we'll go to other countries that the red team does not know exist. China, Korea, and Japan. The first one moving will be Japan, surprisingly. I say surprisingly because they're the weakest, as they continue to explore more of Japan. And then they will expand into that newly explored land. And now they look like this. That's Nightmare. That's not Nightmare. May just say why they still only have their capital, however that will probably change. I'll probably update that between episodes. This blue Korean team is also going to explore more. They're going kind of slow because they're getting a bit big and they're starting to lose some stability. So they're not going to go too crazy, but they will expand a tiny bit. At the moment, they're the strongest country in the world, followed by either them or the red team is. This Chinese country is also decently strong, and they're going to explore further down, down here, down to the south, and also outwards. And then they will claim all that land, and they are claiming land fast, and that is not good, so we might see soon them start to lose land as they breaks away from them. And speaking of which, some people are actually going to run away because they don't like how crazy they expand. They find Hong Kong, but they continue. They come over here, and they sail over to this island. And this is where they will be setting up their new country. And what color should I use for this country? This color, how about that? So they take this island, and then they take a tiny bit back over here. And the capital is going to be on that island, so get out of this. Anyways, now we go down here to South Africa, where a new country not connected to any of the others is popping up. And when I mean and by country I mean multiple countries, as throughout this land multiple countries start popping up. This orange one pops up, a greenish one pops up over here, this bluish one pops up along here. Pinkish one over here. And finally, this country pops up over here. Wait. Actually, I'm gonna make that a bit darker. This country pops up over here. So, quickly all of these countries will then start expanding into the land as this country gets all this. This orange country will expand and take all of this. This one will expand down here as this green one expands up here. And this blue one missed out on a coastline. Now we need to give them all capitals, so boom, 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 boom. Now they all wait, let me move this one a bit down. Boom, now they all have capitals. And this blue country, sad that they missed out on coastline, will expand a bit more up here. But these countries are all pretty weak and can't really afford to explore, so they won't do too much. They'll just get all this. Meanwhile, back up in the pub, what just happened? Back up in the purple Ukrainian Crimean country, they are continuing to explore. They explore a little bit up here, but they're mostly going to explore along the Black Sea. And expand along the Black Sea as they take all this land here. They start taking this land along here. They will expand a tiny bit up this way, but not much. Meanwhile, this Danish country, they're going to go down a bit. It's over here. And some people are going over here and they find out about the Dutch, and they are not happy. And when they tell the leader of Denmark, the leader of Denmark is not happy and demands that they send people down, and they demand that the Dutch come back. The Dutch refuse, and they've gotten decently strong. Denmark is still probably stronger at the moment, but the Dutch are getting pretty close. So with that, the Danish can't really do much, and the Dutch will continue to expand. However, what the Danish will do is they will go down on the water. They will go down here, and now they have a border with them, and they hope to start a war in the future and kill everyone here because they disagree with their beliefs. Even though the only difference is where the Holy Land is. Speaking of the Holy Lands, they're also continuing to just peacefully... While these two are hating each other, the Holy Lands are just minding their own business as they both explore. Then they both claim what they've already kind of claimed. They've already kind of claimed all of this up here, but yeah, it hasn't been explored, so that's why it's not all colored in yet. Back down in Iberia, they continue expanding and exploring, and also they find Morocco, so they're going to expand down there. And they're just peacefully expanding. They are led by an oligarchy if I open up this. But that has not been much war yet, and that is about to change as we go back down here. These two countries are about to go to war as the orange one realizes that there's more land up here and they kind of want that land to be able to expand. So, but first they need to go through this pinkish country, so they're going to invade into here. And while this is happening, this blue country is also going to start pushing in. The orange country will eventually invade the capital and take it. And the blue country will take all this, and then, pretty simple, the orange will take what they got, and the blue will take what they got. With that, their capital is going to get demoted from a capital to a major city, so we can erase that. And while that was happening, this green country was doing a little bit of exploring further north as they explored, well, north into this land over here, and they started expanding into it, but not before another country could also explore and expand into it, as this other country, what color even is this? They also explore up into it. But this green country manages to get most of it still, as they get all of that. And with that, the episode has come to an end. So thank you for watching. This episode is about the same length as the last episode, so pretty good. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.